and 54 Golf's got you covered. This is our full preview show, the LIV edition. But before we get into how the LIV players who are in the field got there, what the public thinks their chances are of winning the event, 54 Golf, before we even existed, 2014, we were on site for Martin Keimer's U.S. Open victory, the last time the U.S. Open was played at Pinehurst No. 2. This year, 156 competitors, par 70, right around 7,500 yards. How do you get into this field? All you have to do is have a handicap index of 0.4 or lower, go to local qualifying over 18 holes, and there's usually about 100 sites around the country. Advance through the local qualifying into the final qualifying, which there you'll have to battle through 36 holes in one day, and then you're in the field. There'll be a cut for those who typically watch LIV. There'll be a cut. The low 60 scores and ties will play the final 36. Speaking of ties, if there's a tie at the end of 72 holes, they play a 2-hole aggregate playoff. And next year, in 2025, the U.S. Open moves to Oakmont Country Club, of course, in Oakmont, Pennsylvania. Let's talk about how the LIV golfers who are in the field got themselves into the field. Bryson DeChambeau for his 2020 U.S. Open. Tyrrell Hatton for the 2023 Tour Championship finish. Dustin Johnson for his 2016 U.S. Open, of course. Martin Keimer, again, of course, for his 2014 U.S. Open. Brooks Koepka for his 2018 U.S. Open. Adrian Meronk for the 2022 R2D. Phil Mickelson for his 2021 PGA Championship. Jon Rahm for his 2021 U.S. Open. And Cam Smith for his 2022 Open. 2 players advanced from final qualifying in one in Dallas, Eugenio Chacarra. One in Florida, Dean Burmester. David Puig from California qualifier. And then Sergio Garcia, who was the first alternate out of the Dallas site, he gets in. Thank goodness. It wouldn't be a major without Sergio. So what does the public think about these LIV golfers' chances? We use DraftKings Sportsbook to get these odds. Bryson DeChambeau to win at 18-1. Man, it's hard to bet against him, isn't it? Jon Rahm, 22-1. I think that's a wild number. I know there's some talk about his toe and the injury and the infection. But if Rahm's in the field, that's a really good number to get on him. And Brooks, too, at 22-1. It's like they're not watching. Brooks at 22-1. That's too good, man. Cam did the exact opposite on Sunday. He shot an 80. 35-1. He fits the course very well. You got to be able to be creative around the greens and then put the hell out of the ball. That's what Cam can do. Tyrrell Hatton at 55-1. DJ at 80-1. That one's super interesting. I don't know, 80-1 seems like a bit too long for DJ. Of course, Deanie Beans, Dean Burmester, he's at 100-1. Sergio, 150-1. Adrian Meronk, 250-1. I'm not sure that group is the best 3 here. Just a side note, Tiger Woods is 300-1 to win this thing. How ridiculous is that? This guy, I mean, the odds should be minus 30,000 that he misses the cut. Marty Keimer, 2014 U.S. Open champion on this very course, playing extremely well right now. Sneaky. If you're throwing a huge bomb and just trying to get, a Hail Mary bet or something, Phil, complete the career Grand Slam this week. Please, baby, come on. It's your birthday on Sunday, Philly. 350-1. You know my money's there. Puig, 351 as well. Playing much better golf than that. I mean, he's a guy who should be inside Dean at 100-1. Puig got a chance at this thing. And I mean, this is just absolutely crazy. How's Eugenio Chacarra 2,000-1? He's talking about he's finally healthy. He's hitting the ball. He's played pretty well this season. He advanced through qualifying. He's got the game that fits U.S. Open courses. So, I mean, I'm going to sprinkle something there. 2,000-1 is just way too good. That's your LIV golfers in the event. I really think it's going to be a good week for them. A lot of these guys are very well suited to play this type of course. Those Houston greens and pin locations on Sunday were a good measure for how hard the putting's going to be this week at Pinehurst. Let's talk about that real quick. I'm no meteorologist, but I live in the Carolinas and we're getting a little bit of rain Saturday, Sunday, the weekend before. If this high pressure system stays in place and the humidity drops like it's supposed to, no rain at all in the forecast for the week. The fairways become cement. We were there. We saw those things bake. You just can't. You will have a hard time holding your driver in the fairway if that's the case. And then, as if the greens and those tight lies around them needed any more assistance, the weather is about to give it to them. I'm not going to give you my pick right now. We're going to get our picks in when we get the boys together. So we'll talk to you then. Let's get the fuck out of here.